Welcome back. You're watching NDTV Profit. The market's very steady. We've seen a strong gap up, and post the gap up, the markets have only extended the gains. The Sensex and the Nifty up 1%. The Sensex is up 270 points. Now, IT is in focus again. TCS is going to come out with its earnings later in the day. To talk to us about what to expect from TCS and the IT space, we're joined by Rahul Jain, Vice President Research at Systematix Shares and Stocks. He's joining us from Mumbai. Rahul, thanks so much for being with us on NDTV Profit. What are your expectations from TCS? I don't think the street is expecting any fireworks. Do you think there is scope for any surprise? Recently the Infosys management spoke about working in a very challenging environment. We're expecting profits as well as EBIT to be lower than what they did in the previous quarter. What are you penciling in?
So as far as the growth factors are concerned, I think there is a lot of commentary that has come up in the past and also the recent commentary. So growth factors are definitely challenged, and the new normal what we've been forecasting now for the top tier is anywhere between 7 to 10%, and that's what has been the range in the guidance for Infosys as well. So for TCS, we are expecting 1.5% QOQ constant currency growth for the quarter, flattish operating margin, and the PAT growth of around 1.2% QOQ. What is an important number to look here is not the growth. It can come a little bit higher or lower than that, but what they guide on the sustenance of the margin at their band is, I think, is a more important number to watch out for, because Infosys has cut that number, and that is a kind of a disappointment, and we don't want that to happen in the case of TCS.
Right. What would you be watching out from the new CEO? You were saying now, the expectations themselves have been scaled down to 7 to 8% growth. What are you looking at from the CEO in terms of commentary? And when it comes to the insurance vertical, is it going to be important what the management says? Because previously there has been some problems being faced in that vertical.
So I think those vertical specific challenges are taken care pieces the last quarter, and that I think this has been doing pretty well in terms of the challenges. From the point, I guess TCS is a very fast focused execution organization, so we don't see that change much even with new CEO coming into place. What we like about TCS is their mini company structure, where they have a lot of profit center, so 20-25 profit center within this large organization, so that ensures that the performance of the verticals, this line, and smaller businesses are taken care of.
I think we have a bad connection there. We're going to call you back on a phone line and continue with this conversation. But just a refresher that TCS is going to come out with its earnings today. We see the sales at 29,893 crore rupees. The profit figure we're watching out for is 6,654 crore rupees. Do keep in mind that TCS has already announced a buyback program. The shareholders have approved the 16,000 crore rupees share buyback plan. And the buyback saw about 99.8% of the total number of valid votes. So, for Infosys, when they came out with their earnings, one of the key things that investors were watching out for is what happens to the cash on the books. Now, TCS has already laid its cards on the table, so perhaps a kicker from there may not be coming. As for margins, the biggest question is whether EBIT margins can be around 26% for the near term and for the next few quarters. Rahul, we were talking to you about on what you will be watching out for when the management speaks when TCS comes out with its earnings. What would you be watching out for?
I think the most important number for me would be how they guide on their profitability. If they are able to retain their profitability, I think that would be a very positive sign, because growth you can't do much in the current scenario. 8 to 10% growth is what is realistically possible on a constant currency basis. So sustenance of margin would be an important parameter, as if it happens, when the growth returns, you would see a very strong outperformance from TCS. So that is the most important number for me today.
What is the margin number you're looking at?
I mean, they've been guiding this range of 25-26%. I think if they are able to retain that, anywhere in that range is that gives us comfort on that.
What are the levers for TCS to be able to maintain the margins? There's already a cross-currency headwind. Pricing in many cases tight. So what are the levers? Is it utilization? Is it volume growth? What are the levers?
I mean, see, most of the levers have been stretched, so it's not that they have a comfortable zone. They have utilized most of their resources, and with operating leverage not very favorable, it is mostly the efficiency which could drive in those gains. So all these companies which are now operating 80% plus utilization, I think there is some more room there as well, given the large base for the company, which itself means a 20% underutilization or a 15% underutilization means 30,000-40,000 people. So I think there is still big room there, and other SG&A efficiency, which could give some confidence in terms of maintaining those margin bands.
Right. The buyback has been approved by the shareholders. When it comes to the cash on the books for TCS, do you think investors can expect higher dividends as well after the announcement of the buyback?
I think overall buyback plus dividend would be a continuous norm in the IT sector in general. Don't want to comment specifically for TCS with how much dividend they may give, but I think given the strong cash flow and lower capital requirement, 4 to 5% return is what most of the companies would try and achieve through this kind of measures. If it is a large initiative like the buyback in case of TCS or Infosys, where they have committed $2 billion to be given this year, there could be little stretch distribution, but 4 to 5% is what we assume on a sustainable basis on either dividend or buyback as a shareholder return from the organization.
Right, Rahul, when it comes to the large cap technology names, what is your picking order? Which are the ones that you like the most?
So we've been sticking on to TCS as the preferred bet among the top 4 names, followed by HCL and Infosys together, and we probably are underperformed for quite some time. As an alternative, we've been suggesting software play like OFSS by going little underweight on the services large company and preferring Oracle over these names.
Preferring Oracle. All right. Thank you so much, Rahul, for being with us on NDTV Profit, talking to us about earnings coming in from TCS. Watching the margins will be very critical. He'll be watching for numbers closer to about 26% when it comes to margins for TCS. We're going to slip into a break at this point in time. The real estate